Hey, Troy, how are you?
What's up, big man?
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Good to have you on the phone. We got Troy from Tesla going to be in town here in the Capital Region coming up this Tuesday night, May 9th. Poison and Tesla playing the Times Union Center. Now, I know you've been on tour with Def Leppard. You've toured with them many times over the years. How's things going with this tour so far?
Oh, this tour is going just as great as they all have been over the years. It's great. It's fantastic. And now we're reunited with the Poison guys, which we've been out with as well back in like 89, I think it was. 90 or so.
Nice. And now Poison doing some headlining dates. They've broken off from the Def Leppard tour to do some dates, and we're lucky to have you here in Albany. It's great. Seen you so many times, Troy, over the years, many times in the Hudson Valley, over at the Chance there in Poughkeepsie. You guys have been around a lot through that area and up here in the Capital Region.
We have, and the thing that's cool about the Chance is we used to record over at Woodstock. We did like 3 records over there.
Did you record at Bearsville?
Yes.
Yes. Good times. What was it like recording over there at that legendary studio?
Oh, well, that's exactly it. It was awesome because they had 100 acres and they had everything pretty much self-contained. You know, you live on. It was a residency studio where you could live, you know, on the property. They had a big rehearsal barn, and when we were there, the Pretenders were there, and we'd have like. One particular night we had a jam with, you know, some of the band. Chrissy wasn't there, which was a bummer.
Yeah, oh, that would have been great if she was, but the rest of the guys were.
But I remember that in there jamming Sex Pistol songs.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great.
It was cool. A lot of fun, man. Great hangout there for sure.
That's great. Well, last year you celebrated 30 years from the debut album, Mechanical Resonance. You put out the live album, and I know Phil Collin from Def Leppard, your friend, did helped contribute with a track on that. You did a new single for that, and I think he's helping you work on the brand new album, which you guys are currently working on.
That is true. We're almost finished with it. I was talking to him the other night. The challenge that you know, time permitting, I think it's going to be probably early next year because of all the touring and the working. You know, you've got to fly it in between schedules. We do have a Porta studio out here, but we've done a lot of it at Brian's place. We've done some stuff out here. But then, like Ronan, who does front of house and did their last record, he's mixing our record. So, you know, he's got to be back home in Ireland when he's working.
Gotcha.
So at his studio. So it's scheduling. But, yeah, so far it's coming along real nice.
But we can look forward to a new album hopefully early next year from Tesla.
At the latest, I think.
At the latest. Awesome. Here's a question. Does Phil Collin keep a shirt on when he's in the studio producing?
Well, the funny thing is, this tour he's had his shirt on.
Really?
But, yeah, he does. Of course he does.
Yeah.
You know, he works so hard at what he does, and God bless him, man. He can show it off at his age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's in great shape, man. He certainly is, and he should have it off. You know, I mean, come on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, I read something, Troy. That is it true you're a Neil Diamond fan?
It is true. Yes, very much so.
Can I tell you, I am a huge Neil Diamond fan. Never saw him live, and I'm planning on seeing him this summer because he's doing his 50th anniversary tour.
Oh my God! I hope I get to catch that.
Right? Have you ever seen him live or no?
Oh yes.
Oh really? Many times over the years.
Yeah. We were in Chicago, and I think he was playing the Horizon, and we were down the street playing a venue, and the publicist made arrangements, and myself, and I think it was Allie. Yeah, Allie and I went down there. She was our wardrobe gal.
Yeah.
And we went down there, the two of us. There was nobody backstage, and I was standing there. It was like, man, there was like nobody backstage. And then I walked up, and his son Jesse was there, and Jesse's like, "Hey, Troy." And we got to chatting, and Neil walked up behind me. He's like, "Hey, man, I hear you want to play drums for me."
That's awesome.
And I looked at him, and I said, "That would be wonderful." And he goes, "Why don't you tell Ron to take the night off?"
That's great.
You know, so, yeah, it was I got to meet him, and I ended up actually recording in his studio with his son and spending time with his son.
Oh, that's great.
It was very cool.
What a legendary performer, right? I mean, just an icon, Neil Diamond.
Well, yeah, man, and the thing that's so beautiful about him is he writes all his material, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Definitely going to catch him this summer with the 50th anniversary tour. Hopefully you'll get a chance to see him, too, with your busy schedule there, Troy.
I hope so, too. And if you get to catch him and see him before me, you just tell him I sent him a big hug.
I definitely will. Absolutely. I've got some fan questions, Troy, if you got a couple minutes here. Some fans wanted to reach out.
Yeah.
Okay. First, Let's see. Thomas McShane and Liz Gurdon. Actually, they said no questions, just a statement. Tesla effing rocks. Tesla still kicks ass to this day. So let's get that out of the way. We all know that. You guys are awesome. Kevin wants to know influences playing drums growing up. Who were some of your influences?
I have quite a few. I'm going to start with John Bonham. I'll go to Mitch Mitchell from Jimi Hendrix. I spent a lot of years listening to Jeff Porcaro from Toto, Steve Gadd, David Garibaldi from Tower of Power, Mark Craney from Gino Vanelli, Brother to Brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. It's a mixed bag of goodies.
Certainly.
Oh yeah, but I love drumming and I love music and I love a lot of genres and try to play in a lot of different genres as well.
That's great. Dan McRitchie wants to know: have you been in touch with Tommy Sciolciazzolate, the old guitarist for Tesla?
You know what? I was thinking about him this morning, and I have not. I think Jeff has.
Okay.
And, so I personally have not spoken with him. And it's ironic that you would ask that question because I was thinking this morning, I thought, man, just call up and say hi and see how he's doing.
Right? Life's too short, right? You know?
It is. Absolutely, you know.
And Scott Bruce wants to know one more question here. How you got involved with the Whitford St. Holmes project. That's Brad Whitford from Aerosmith and Derek St. Holmes from Ted Nugent. They put out an album back in the early 80s. They came back and were doing some touring recently, and you were part of that touring lineup, correct?
Well, I actually did the record. And
okay.
I did do some touring, and the way that happened is I live in Nashville, and Derek and Brad are both out there, and Derek had called me up and just simply asked me to come down and jam with them, which I did. I did a couple 3-hour jam session with them, and I was leaving out of town. They asked me to go in the studio with them. I went in Monday morning, and Tuesday afternoon, I had recorded the whole record and had no idea I was even recording the record. I thought I was just recording some ideas and such for them, and it turned out to be the record. So it was a great, honest, simple mistake.
Wow. You still talk to those guys?
Oh, yeah. I talked to Derek the other day, and I just seen Brad. He came out. Yeah, I do.
Nice. The show this Tuesday night, it's May 9th, Times Union Center. It's Poison and Tesla. What kind of set are we going to get from you? Are we going to have a full set, or is it going to be kind of an opening set?
You know, that's a good question because we do 40 minutes out here with Def Leppard and Poison, and with the two bands, I would assume we're going to do at least an hour.
Great. Great.
At least a minimum is my guess. That's just my own thought. I mean, it could be 50 minutes, and I'm wrong. But, you know, but I hope whatever we can squeeze out, we're going to. You get basically the classics and a few B-sides. You know what I mean?
Great. Nothing new from the upcoming album, probably, right? Not
well,
yet.
You get not from the upcoming record, but we do play the one song, "Save That Goodness," that Phil produced and wrote.
Great. Looking forward to hearing that and the classics. As I said, Troy, I've seen you guys so many times over the years, and what keeps you guys going? Is it the fans? Because I know you have an awesome fan base.
Yes, it definitely is the fans. You know, it's such a cliche. You hear that over and over and over.
Right.
But truly, the truth is, you know, without them and without people like yourself, you know, we couldn't do it. That's what keeps us going, you know, and what keeps the band going on a band level is the fact that, you know, we're all sober and present. You know, we don't tour with any drugs or alcohol on the tour since '04, so there's not been one beer backstage.
Good for you.
How we stay together. That way there's not a bunch of bullshit going on, and we could just, you know, just get along, and if there's a problem, have a decent conversation about it and just work through it. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Nobody needs drama, right, Troy? I mean, come on.
Not at this age, man. I ain't got that.
I hear you. I'm 40 right now, and I got to tell you, I still go out and buy the CDs, too. I'm not into the downloading it online or going to, one of the music services to purchase it. I like to go out, get the physical CD. So whenever you guys put out a new album, I'm always at the local music store that I can get to and picking that up for sure, you know?
I appreciate that, and that's the way I feel about it, too. You know, I'll do things out of convenience here and there, but I still go out and buy records. I'm buying vinyl now, and, I love it as well.
Nothing like it. This coming Tuesday night, Times Union Center, still tickets available. You can get them through Ticketmaster, and you can get info at q103albany.com. We got it up on our site. Poison, Tesla, Troy Luccketta from Tesla joining us today. Thanks for spending some time with us. Looking forward to the show this Tuesday night, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. I'll see you soon, Tigman.